This is one of the most iconic and prestigious properties in the entire world. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bella Vista Estate, situated on nearly 20 acres of land here in Montecito, California. It's got a private disco room, movie theater, over 10 football fields worth of grass in the backyard. It's got a 128-foot infinity edge pool, putting green, private retreat, and so many other things. And today, we're going to be touring this property in its entirety. But before we do, make sure to subscribe because we're touring more incredible homes every single week on the channel. Before we start, huge thank you to Cristal Clarke and her team for allowing us to do this tour. You can find her info below. And now let's get started. Bella Vista Estate has some remarkable exterior architecture, and before we see the rest of the Bella Vista Estate, I want to say a big thank you to this week's video sponsor, BetterHelp. I know a lot of us struggle with our mental health from time to time, and that could in turn affect our daily life. Regardless, if you're someone that suffers with depression or anxiety, or you're just a human in this world going through a tough time, therapy can give you the tools that you need to approach your life in a different way. If you guys haven't heard of BetterHelp, they're an online therapy service, and their mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible to everyone. All you have to do to get started is to head to BetterHelp's website and answer a few questions about yourself, and they can match you with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. And in case the therapist that you match with doesn't quite fit your needs, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. This way you don't have to stress about your insurance, your network, or anything like that. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. Now, there's a link in this video description. That's betterhelp.com/JPTours. Pressing that link not only helps support this channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month at BetterHelp. You can connect with a therapist and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Now, thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. And now, looking up at the exterior of the Bella Vista Estate, you are greeted with views of a beautiful lake surrounded by foliage. And when you further drive down, you have access into your gated driveway, which takes you directly up to the front portion of the property. You've got the amazing fountain and the gorgeous classic architecture. Before we check out what's inside the Bella Vista Estate, I wanted to show you this right here. So every time you drive your car down this driveway, you actually will be passing by your private sports area. Right here, you can see you have a bocce ball court on my right, and then on my left, this is your pickleball court. That's correct. This is completely included with the property here. You've got this enormous grass section, and these are the views that you see every time you invite your guests over to play your favorite game. You get unobstructed ocean views all the way out to Channel Islands. Could you imagine playing pickleball and seeing this every single day? I mean, I can't even believe this is real. This property has so many amazing features and hidden items. Once again, I'm just so excited to be here. Let's go ahead and continue our tour. In front of me, you've got access into your detached 4-car garage on my right. And once again, you can see all of the well-manicured landscaping which surrounds the exterior. Down here on my left-hand side, that is your private service driveway, which takes you all the way down to your Polo Club, and that has some amazing special features too, which we will be seeing later. Looking up at the exterior, you've got gorgeous Mediterranean architecture. Massive fountain is positioned here in the center. You can have your luxury supercars parked all around this section. Beautiful foliage is surrounding the exterior of the house. And I also wanted to mention this property is not only available for sale, but it also is available for private events, weddings, corporate events, you name it, you can host it at this property. And this home has also had many different events, including a concert that had Katy Perry, and they have entertained over 4,000 guests comfortably at the home. Once again, I am so excited to get inside that property and show you what we have today. So without any further ado, follow me up your grand staircase and through this wrought iron door where we're led into the grand circular entry. Right when you walk in, you are greeted with this massive dome ceiling, chandelier up above me, and you have these Corinthian column details which surround this entire main section. Over there on my right, we have access into a gorgeous powder room with unique finishes all throughout. And down these steps, we have access into all of the main amenities that this property offers, including the living room, dining room, kitchen, and backyard access. We also have a private disco room, sports bar, movie theater, and massage room, plus so many other things. Like I said, there's a lot that we're going to be seeing today. And before we head down to that main floor, I actually want to show you this right here. So if you take a look, this is actually a top secret door, which takes you exclusively up to this private rooftop section. You've got the outdoor kitchen, and you are just hit head on with the breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean, Channel Islands there in the distance. You also get views of your 128-foot infinity edge pool and views of your massive grass space. And I think massive is an understatement. The size of that grass actually equals 12 football fields. For reference, I mean, we've never seen a home with a feature quite like that. There may not be that many in the entire world. And of course, we're gonna go down there later and check it out. Also in the distance, you have your private Polo Club area, which of course we'll see later. And then if you go ahead and follow me just down over here, I mean, just what a breathtaking view. All of the foliage in the distance and the Pacific Ocean. You can easily watch the sunrise and the sunset from this vantage point every single day. And if we wrap around down there, you actually have a rooftop jacuzzi. Plus we have a jacuzzi in the backyard, which we will be seeing later. And then right here, grand views of your front yard. Like I said, if you have the supercars parked outside, this is where you can wave hello to them. Now let's go ahead and continue our tour back down this set of steps. We're back into the main entry. Another chandelier is positioned right above me, and we have those skylights, which are bringing so much natural light onto this main level of the property. Once again, from this vantage point, we're getting gorgeous views of your infinity edge pool, your grass acres, and your Polo Club, plus the ocean. Of course, we'll see it later. On my left-hand side, you've got access into spaces that include your dining room, kitchen, living room, and some other spaces. On my right, you have this private hallway which leads you into an office and several guest bedrooms. Before we see that, I actually want to go ahead and wrap around this corner right here, we are led into the first living area of the property that we will be seeing today. Once again, another impressive chandelier is positioned in the center of this room. More gorgeous views, and you have these sets of French doors, which you could all open up to let in the fresh air and the natural light. You have tons of outdoor seating sections out there as well. You also have a gorgeous fountain that doubles as a water feature. And if we go ahead and continue through up above me, I love the coffered ceiling detail with those golden accents. And then here on my left, you've got the stone fireplace with the brickwork on the interior. Baseboards and crown molding are shown throughout. And if we continue our tour, we have another living section, this time with two gorgeous crystal chandeliers and wall sconces positioned throughout. You've got the grand piano, and like I mentioned earlier, you have all of these French doors, which, like I said, lead you out into the exterior seating spaces. This covered patio has an outdoor fireplace and light fixtures throughout. And then if you follow me just a little bit further down, beautiful water fountain, grass sections, you've got the waterfalls, grass lot in front of me, and then on my right hand side, that is the monarch butterfly habitat, which occupies several acres of land where you could just go relax, take a hike, and be surrounded by nature, and it's all part of your property. Now on my left, you've got access into a very unique private garden, and if we go ahead and continue back inside of this living room, follow me down. We've got a private office here with floor-to-ceiling woodwork. You've got the coffered ceiling right above me, chandelier in the center with more views of the plant life, and this office has a very special secret feature. Open this up and you've got your hidden compartment, which just leads you into some additional custom cabinetry, and you have a refrigeration space inside of there too. Now let's go ahead and continue our tour outside of this office, up the steps and down the hallway. We get more views of the front yard. In front of me, we have access into a guest bedroom. And then if you follow me down this hallway, let's continue down. Beautiful teal walls are surrounding this section, and this hallway takes you directly into the primary bedroom suite. Before we see that, I want to go ahead and take a left-hand turn. This is the first of two primary bathrooms that we will be seeing in this property. First things first, you've got the center island, and also they have actually integrated the primary closet into the bathroom, which I thought was pretty cool. On my right, you've got your glass enclosed walk-in shower space with the dark stone details extending up to the ceiling, and the vanity in front of me with that custom cabinetry. And if we go ahead and continue our tour down this hallway, that's the primary bedroom. But before we see that, I want to take you out here and show you a really cool surprise. So this right here is your private Zen garden with the freestanding tub, and if you look down below, you actually have these floating stone steps surrounded by water, which take you directly into this serene and peaceful setting. I'm gonna stand in the tub right now. I could totally imagine taking a bath right here and being surrounded by nature. This is so, so cool. Just on my right, you've got the waterfall. Beautiful plant life and palm trees surround this section. It's so tropical, so zen. Could you imagine just sitting out here, relaxing, maybe getting some work done? I don't think I would ever leave this space. I would probably be here every single day if I lived here. Now, another really cool feature, if you follow me down to my right-hand side, we actually have direct access to that private garden section, which I was mentioning to you all a little bit earlier. And in the center of this garden, you've got a really intimate seating space which overlooks the sea. It overlooks the Channel Islands, water features. It's seriously stunning. This home has so many features. Below us is a guest house as well, which we will be seeing later. But before we do that, let's jump back inside. Let's check out the primary bedroom suite. What a gorgeous area. Once again, it's surrounded by windows which overlook your water feature and the unobstructed ocean views. You have the curtains which surround the entire section, and you have this massive vaulted ceiling here. Beautiful fireplace on my right with the stone details. I love the wall sconces. I love the wallpaper that surrounds this area. Beautiful custom cabinetry like we've been seeing throughout the rest of the property. And if we go ahead and continue back down here on my right hand side, that is the second primary bathroom, which has a gorgeous tub overlooking the views, vanity with custom cabinetry, glass enclosed walk-in shower, and you also have the closet space inside of that section. Now let's go ahead and continue back down this main hallway, which we saw just a little bit earlier. Follow me down the steps and back into the main entry of the property. That's all we have for the right wing of the house. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the left wing. Down on my left, that staircase actually takes us down to your private disco room and your sports bar, plus your movie theater. We'll see it later. Before we do, let's go ahead and take a turn. What an amazing formal dining room section. Table for 14 of your guests. Custom furniture surrounds the space once again. Crown molding details and baseboards line the entire section here. Gorgeous chandeliers with the golden accents up there on the ceiling, and on the far side of this room, we have the two French doors which take you out to a private balcony which overlooks your 128-foot infinity edge pool. Of course, we'll see the backyard in a bit. Before we do, let's go ahead and continue our tour down through the section here. We have another very private, very intimate dining space. This time we have a table for 6, and you have beautiful hand-painted ceilings right above me. Another impressive chandelier displayed in the center, and this entire room is actually surrounded with this smoked glass detail. Adds so much character. And once again, you've got the sets of French doors, which lead you out into the beautiful outdoor setting. We've got fountains, grass areas, more seating sections, and once again, impressive views. Now moving on through, we have a wet bar section on my right with refrigeration and a built-in sink. Furthermore, on my right, this is your butler's pantry with another sink. More refrigeration is positioned right down here below, and you've got your wine coolers all throughout, nicely glass paneled, and you can store all of your wine at 2 different temperatures of your choice. More chandeliers, more custom upper and lower cabinetry, and this French door access actually takes you directly into your dining space. Now let's continue down. Straight in front of me, here we are. We've made it into the kitchen, and right when you walk in, you are greeted once again with beautiful custom upper and lower cabinetry all throughout. Center island has breakfast bar seating for up to 4 of your guests right here. 2 chandeliers above me. Coffered ceiling has the beautiful woodwork details. You've got your paneled fridge and freezer here. Next to that, Miele espresso machine, which is once again surrounded by the cabinetry. And furthermore, you've got all of your nicely integrated appliances, your microwaves, your double oven setup by Viking, 6-burner stovetop above, and I love this stone-made hood that they have right above this section. It feels very traditional, definitely matches the theme of the property. Plus, from this vantage point, we're getting more views of your front yard and your beautiful fountain. Now here you've got your double sink setup, of course, and next to that, here is one of your panel dishwashers. I also love the fact that they kept the exact same cabinetry on that dishwasher. Can't even tell that it's there. Let's continue our tour. More uppers, fireplace in front of me, and then down on my left, you've got access into your pantry. Now let's continue down straight ahead. This is your living room area. more beautiful custom furniture is shown throughout. You've got the chandelier, fireplace here on my left-hand side, and on my right, you've got more custom cabinetry with the flat screen TV. More French door access takes you out to that upper level living section. And down here on my right, you've got some more bookshelving spaces, and we actually have this double door access, which further takes us into a beautiful guest bedroom with an ensuite bathroom that has a glass enclosed walk-in shower section, plus a beautiful closet. Here on my right, you've got a powder room. And if we go ahead and continue our tour back down to the main entry, that actually concludes our tour for the entire main level. So now we're gonna head down that private staircase and check out the entertainment level. It's got a disco room and a sports bar. I'm really excited for you to see it, so let's go ahead and do it. Just made it down to the lower level of the Bella Vista estate. Behind me, you have your private wine cellar and your sports bar. But before we see those sections, I wanted to take you into my personal favorite room of this lower level. And this indeed is your disco room, one of your ballrooms here at the property. This home does have multiple. You can see on the ceiling, you have a collection of 10 different disco balls. This is so cool. We've never seen any room quite like this before on the channel. You've got mirrored walls displayed right in front of me, and you have this countertop area set up for a DJ, in case you want to hire your own DJ to come play at your private disco room. You can absolutely do that. And it's pretty crazy that I'm saying that sentence right now because we've never seen a home with this feature. You can see all of the seating areas lined in the room nicely. You've got the wrought iron railing details also sectioning off this area. Raised ceiling, of course, and if we continue down in front of me, more seating arrangements are shown throughout. And you have this other bar section. Again, if you're catering, if you're having events at the house, this is the place to have the bar. You can have the food spread here. And there have been many parties and many events at this home. One time they entertained 4,000 people. Now, if we take a turn here to my left-hand side, you have this open space, which once again could be customized to your liking. You can have whatever furniture arrangement that you want here, depending on the event that you're hosting. Now, another cool thing is that you actually have this set of 4 different French doors, which lead you directly out to the impressive backyard. You've got views of your polo field, views of the ocean in the distance, and of course, we're going to be seeing that backyard just after this. But before we do, let's go ahead and continue our tour to my left. And through this set of double wrought iron doors, we've made it into your wine tasting room, which has seating for 6 and a gorgeous chandelier above with that ceiling detail. And then right next to that wine tasting area, take a look at your wine cellar. This is without a doubt the largest wine cellar we've ever seen on the channel. It can hold 6,000 bottles of wine. It has its very own air conditioning unit inside, so you can store these bottles at whatever temperature you like. It looks like we're in some sort of wine store. It's quite crazy. And if you take a look at this, they actually have this binder that has a list of every single bottle of wine that is stored in this room. Have you ever seen anything quite like that? The answer is most likely no. You can see there's different sections, different aisles to store all of your different wine. Like I said, it feels like a wine store. It's quite remarkable. You've got near floor to ceiling storage in this section, and we see more of that unique ceiling detail right above me here. Let's go ahead and wrap around the corner, and would you look at that? We've just made it into the sports bar, which once again has direct access out to that backyard. Seating section is positioned on my left with the flat screen TV. Private bar in front of me can sit so many different people. You've got the countertop here, and the inner workings of that bar contain a dishwasher, refrigeration space, ice maker, and up above, that's where you've got your flat screen TV and your mirrored custom backsplash. Now let's continue down over here, another flat screen, and in front of me, we've got the game room and the private spa. We'll see it in just a second, but before we do, I just wanted to wrap around the corner here briefly. This is where we have some additional seating, more flat screens above, and you've got the French doors, which once again, lead you out to that backyard. The view is so amazing. It's such a nice, gorgeous, clear day. And of course, we'll go out there in a second, but before we do, let's head back through here. Unique ceiling fans are also shown above me, and through this set of French doors, we've made it into the game room. You've got the pool table situated here in the center of the room. Behind me, that's where you have the spa, the massage room. Before we get to that, I want to just take you straight ahead. Here we are. This is the movie theater. I mean, just take a look at the scale of the space. You've got recliner chair seating for up to 20 of your guests right here, 5 on each row. You also have the plush walls situated throughout. So when you're watching a movie here, you're getting that true soundproof movie experience. You don't have to go to AMC or Regal any longer. Just come to this house and they will put on the best movie for you. Also, you've got the speakers mounted all into the walls right here. Projector in front of me looks out to the massive screen. Blue carpeting complements well with the red walls. And if you take a look around the corner right here, this is your private bar seating for up to 6 of your guests. You can enjoy your favorite meal while looking at your massive screen. I mean, take a look at this. This is crazy. Also, you've got some custom cabinetry and all of your snacks right here. You've got chips, candy, chocolate, whatever you want, they have it here. And you've got more of that mirrored backsplash, which we saw earlier, ambient lighting throughout. What an amazing theater. Let's go ahead and continue our tour just down here to my left. This is actually your waiting area for your spa, because chances are at this property, you might be having a couple different people in the spa getting a massage. So that's why they have a waiting area. Down the hall, we've got your gym. But before we see that, let's check out this room right here. Here we are. This is your massage room for 2. You've got the mirrors on the far side and the custom cabinetry on my right. I mean, how cool is this? To have your own wellness area at the home is quite remarkable. And here on my left, you've got your wood-clad sauna. Again, so amazing to have. Imagine doing a hard workout, then hitting the sauna, then going outside and hitting the pool. Quite remarkable. Now moving through, you've got your spa chairs, and you can actually hire the hairstylist to come to your very own house. So you don't have to drive anywhere. They can come right to you, and you have all of the equipment built into your spa area. You've got the custom cabinetry, of course, all throughout. And then over here, you've got a glass enclosed shower section, and it also doubles as a steam shower. You've got the touch controls in there as well. Now let's continue our tour. In front of me, here we are. We've made it into your private gym. I mean, take a look at this section. You have every single piece of gym equipment you could possibly ask for. Mirrored walls surround the section. You've got the French door access leading you out to one of the best backyards we have seen before on this channel. Also, you've got flat screen TVs mounted on all 4 corners of this gym. I mean, could you imagine doing a workout here and then just heading outside to the coolest backyard ever? Now let's go ahead and continue outside of this gym. You can see this section leads us into the first portion of your impressive lower backyard. Before we check this out though, I just wanted to mention behind me, this is your very own guest area, which has a living room, a full bathroom with a shower, and it also has a walk-in closet and a gorgeous bedroom area. I love the archwork stone details that they have here on my left. But now let's talk about this portion. You've got the massive grass areas, views of the mountains, water feature on my left-hand side, and that actually is a fountain. Let's go ahead and continue our tour from this vantage point. We're getting views directly out to your massive polo field. And like I mentioned earlier, that polo field is the size of 10 football fields, and that's included in your very own property. Could you imagine having this at your home? I mean, we got to take a look at this for a second. This is unlike anything we've ever seen. There's not many homes on the entire planet that have this feature included in the property. Like I said, we're on just about 20 acres of land here. And I mean, look at this. It goes on forever. It's crazy. 10 football fields. That's your backyard. And of course, you've got the ocean in the distance, the mountains. It's so gorgeous. Beautiful landscaping surrounds the entire property. Mountains in front of me. You've got the palm trees. You've got the amazing infinity edge pool with the royal blue tile work on the inside. Tons of different pool chairs lining the side of this pool here. And if we continue down, you've got your hot tub positioned in the center with more of the royal blue tile work throughout. And when you're relaxing in this hot tub, this is the view that you get every single day. Could you imagine? This doesn't even look real. You've got your 10 football fields worth of grass right there, ocean, more mountains in the distance. And then if you look farther in the distance, that is actually your private polo club, which we will be seeing later on in the tour. And you have two-bedroom apartments included over there. Also, golf area on my left. Once again, we'll see it in a bit. We still have a lot to see at this property, but let's continue our tour. More massive grass plots are located throughout this backyard. I love all of the palm trees. It makes the home feel very tropical. Of course, you've got a beautiful water feature positioned here on my right with the well-manicured plants. And then take a look at your impressive architecture. The use of the pillars and the arch details makes it one of my most favorite homes that we have toured to date. Now let's continue our tour. Over here on my left, this is actually where we have access directly into the disco room. And if we go ahead and continue down past these archways, we've actually made it into the covered patio, which is part of your pool house. And we'll head inside of there in just a second. You've got the outdoor seating space with the fireplace, light fixture above. You've got the concrete crown molding detail lining this perimeter. And you've also got more beautiful views just there in the distance. Views of the backyard. This is so amazing. Now you can see right over here, open this up. We've made it into the pool house. Beautiful, comfortable living space. You've got the nice furniture all throughout. Light fixtures above this space too, and you get more views out to your grass lot, to the plant life, and to the ocean there in the distance. Over on my right, you've got a full-size bathroom with a glass enclosed walk-in shower section. And then right here next to me, this is your wet bar. You've got the stainless steel sink, dishwasher on my left. You've got custom lower and upper cabinetry in this section, and you have this open concept countertop here. So you can hire a bartender and they can be serving drinks to your guests from here. And you've got all of your guests relaxing in the pool lounge. And of course, this is just one of many entertainment spaces for this property here. You can see that we've made it back into the patio. Another thing I wanted to mention, right over here, you have this exterior staircase, which further leads you into a couple of different places. On my left, it takes you down this private walkway, which further goes down to your polo field. The staircase also takes you directly down to your polo field if you wish. And down over here, it takes you to a really unique lookout point. So if you're playing polo or you have all your friends playing polo on the field, you can watch from that central location. Also, you can see more beautiful plant life. I wanted to step back into the backyard and show you what it looks like from this specific vantage point. Once again, take a look at the architecture here. Take a look at the views of the polo field and the ocean there in the distance, the mountains, the greenery, the blue pool. I mean, we've never seen something like this, and I'm just such a big fan. This is gorgeous. Now, let's go ahead and continue our tour. That is not all for the outdoor spaces. In fact, we have a whole lot more to show you. So let's go ahead and continue our tour. In front of me, you get a glimpse of your golf area. And while we're on the subject of that, let's just go check it out right now. Heading to the lower portion of your outdoor space, you can see the putting green directly in front of me. And before we see that, we have a couple more unique spaces I want to mention. Like I said earlier, that is your polo lookout point. And this sidewalk takes you directly down to this elegant statue. And surrounding this statue is just more gorgeous greenery, foliage throughout, and just take a look at one of your many water features located here on my left-hand side. Looks amazing. I don't think we've seen a property with this sort of water feature before. I'm truly at a loss for words. This is actually the waterfall that we saw, which begins from your backyard, and it comes all the way down to this secluded point. Maybe set up some tables and chairs, relax out here, get some work done if you wish. Also, this is that private service driveway, which takes you all the way down to the Polo Club, which we will be seeing briefly. Also, down on my right-hand side, that is the monarch butterfly habitat. It's a gorgeous outdoor space that is a part of your property. Also, you may be seeing this cute German Shepherd walking around my video. This is actually one of the owner's dogs. Its name is Jax. And you know, he might be joining us for the rest of the tour. You'll have to wait and see. But now let's go ahead and continue our tour. I mean, what are we looking at here? We're looking at your impressive grass area. Like I said, we're on just about 20 acres of land here at this estate, mountains in the distance. I mean, seriously, 10 football fields worth of grass right here, perfectly flat, perfectly manicured. If you want to play polo, this is the absolute best place to do it. I mean, seriously, just how crazy is this? And while I'm mentioning that, you can see we've just stumbled across your putting green, and you have several different holes right over here. You even have a sand pit down below, and the dog is actually playing in the sand pit right here. What kinds of homes have these features? They're so rare. Not many homes on the entire planet have features like this, and I'm so excited and so honored to be showing them to you. This is amazing. You can see you have tall trees surrounding the entire property. It's very private, very secluded. Let's go ahead and continue our tour right over here. And like I said, this is your 10 football fields worth of grassland, and you can actually hit some golf balls down there if you wish. I'm not the best golfer, so I don't think I'm gonna bother trying, but if you want it, it's here. It's amazing. And the dog even is interested in the golf as well. I mean, so cool. Seriously. I mean, I can't even believe this is real. Now let's go ahead, let's walk on this grassland really quickly. It's right in front of us. We might as well take a look. This is where you can be playing amazing games of polo. Also, I should mention, down there in the distance, that is the Polo clubhouse, and that contains 15 horse stables. And of course, we're gonna be seeing that later on in the tour. I mean, it's just such a vast area. If I walk all the way down and back, it'll probably be a couple miles long. It's seriously stunning. I mean, the mountains in the distance, massive grass area, the ocean. We're with the dog right now. Life does not get much better than this. Now let's go ahead and continue our tour. Also, I wanted to show you what the house looks like from this vantage point. I mean, seriously, we've never seen something like this before. It's crazy, but let's go ahead and continue our tour. That pretty much concludes these upper outdoor sections. So now we're gonna head down your private dirt trail and check out your monarch butterfly habitat. just made it down to the monarch butterfly habitats, and this space seriously looks like a community park. This is impressive. First things first, you have the decomposed granite trail, which takes you all the way down to a massive lake. You have bridges, you have waterfalls, you have beautiful foliage, views of the ocean. This is without a doubt the most beautiful feature of any home I have ever seen. You can see we've just taken these steps down here. It's like we're in a private forest of some sort. This is crazy, and this all belongs to you when you buy this $70 million estate. Now, if you follow me right through here, this is actually the waterfall that I was mentioning to you all, and you can see that it flows all the way down under 2 bridges, which further leads out into this massive lake with the water feature. Once again, all included at your property here. If you take a look, you've got the massive rock features all throughout. What an amazing section. The plant life, I can't believe this belongs to a house. I mean, this is just so breathtaking. Let's continue our tour. Up there, that's where we have the golf area, but let's continue our tour. I love the beautiful plant life. Once again, here we have another waterfall with the rock features, and I'm actually on one of your 2 private bridges, which takes you down to that amazing lake. Now let's continue our tour down the decomposed granite steps. Here's another one of those wooden bridges, which takes you into a gorgeous pathway. Once again, I can see straight down to the ocean and the Channel Islands in the distance. Here's some more of the water features, which further flow into your massive lake. Take a look at the size of the trees. I don't think many homes on planet Earth have these types of amenities. Like I said, this is your private forest. This also was a former monarch butterfly habitat, and you'll see a lot of monarch butterflies actually flying around this section. It's quite impressive. Beautiful trees, I just keep saying it over and over. And in front of me, if you take a look at this, this is your very own private lake. I mean, look at the size of this thing. The owner has also told us there are live fish swimming around in this lake in real time. You've got the massive water feature, just setting the tone for elegance and luxury out here at this space. Like I said earlier, views of the ocean, tall trees all throughout. On my left-hand side also, we have a little bit of a smaller pond. You have lily pads throughout the space too, and then you have a gated service entry in case you want to have the gardeners come directly to this outdoor area. You can easily do that. Now, continuing down, we have the rock trail, which further leads us into some pretty cool other spaces. So let's go ahead and continue our tour. I mean, just look at this for a second. This is part of your property. All that foliage, all of the water features. It's just so mind-blowing to me. Now let's continue our tour. Views of the water feature, views of the nature. Look, we even have a duck right now swimming near the water fountain. I mean, you can't get more amazing than this. Now let's move on through, and then this is what I wanted to mention to you all. You have this cool little gazebo section, and I'm assuming this could be a boat dock. If you want to have little boats ride around the section, maybe you want to ride your jet ski around here, you could absolutely do it. Park up the boats right over here and just take a look at your massive nature preserve. I mean, again, the fact that this is a part of your property is simply stunning. Now, that's pretty much it for this monarch butterfly habitat area. So now we're gonna head down your private driveway and check out the Polo Club. So let's do it. We have just made it to your Polo Club here at this $70 million estate. You can see up here at the exterior, you've got gorgeous traditional architecture with the stone details extending all the way up to the roof, complemented with these 2 palm trees, and the entire exterior of this Polo lounge is surrounded by gorgeous well manicured foliage going all the way down to my left-hand side. And further down on my left, we actually have a separate gated driveway, which takes you exclusively up to this area. And not to confuse anybody, we just took the other gated entrance there on my right-hand side. You've got a beautiful fountain here in the center of this space, and it actually has a statue of a man playing polo. Very amazing section. You've got some plant life inside of your fountain, and the fountain, of course, is also surrounded by these small hedges. If we continue down, take a look at the size of this motor court here. I wouldn't be surprised if you can park like 100 cars here. It is seriously stunning. In front of me, we are getting unobstructed views of the ocean and the Channel Islands in the distance. Down there on my left-hand side, that is your private ballroom. It's an absolutely massive open space. It has previously been used for events and weddings. It's a great place to have a bunch of tables and chairs. You can also have private catering in there if you wish. And down there on my right-hand side, you can see that you have access over into your polo field. And in front of me, let's talk about the polo lounge briefly. You've got the top level, which contains several seating sections. And on either side of this polo lounge, you actually have two-bedroom apartments. It's got a nice living area, full kitchen, and 2 private guest bedrooms on the top floor. And if we go ahead and continue our tour, like I mentioned, the beautiful stonework, you've got the exterior pillar details, seating sections on either side, and in front of me, this is the access into your polo lounge. But before we head inside, we've got a lot more to see just on the exterior. If you take a look here on my right-hand side, these are actually horse stables, and you can see you don't have just one horse stable, you have 15 different horse stables at this polo lounge. You can see over here, these actually extend all the way down to that 2-bedroom apartment. I mean, how amazing is this? Not many homes on the planet have their very own horse stables, let alone polo fields. What an amazing feature to have. Now, of course, you've got easy access to the ballroom, and in case you have service or maintenance people that have to come, they just take that private driveway up to this section, deliver horses. You can do it all at this property. Now let's continue down. You've got this staircase, which takes you up to an upper level living space, which we'll see in just a bit, but let's go ahead and continue our tour. In front of me, we actually have even more stables, and that further extends down to the other 2-bedroom apartment that I was mentioning. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the entry to the Polo Clubhouse. Right when you walk in, you are greeted with gorgeous dark wood tones, coffered ceiling above me with that chandelier, and we've got this wooden staircase which takes us directly up to the top floor of this Polo Clubhouse. You can see you've got more woodwork extending up to the ceiling, gorgeous chandelier, and on my left, you've got direct access to the polo field. Now let's continue down. More polo artwork can be seen in front of me. Open air atrium above me brings so much natural light into this circular wooden entryway. On my right, you've got a private office, which once again is complemented with views of the foliage and the ocean in the distance. And if we continue through these wooden doors, we have a beautiful living space, complete with that same woodwork that we have been seeing throughout the rest of the property here. You can see the ocean and the plant life seating section, and you have the fireplace here on my right-hand side with the beautiful stonework, wall sconces on either side. And if you take a look over on my left, this is that exterior seating space, which once again looks out to your polo field. Let's continue down. You've got a powder room on my left. And if we continue down further, this is where you have your kitchen with your fridge, custom cabinetry, very convenient. Now let's continue our tour back down into this hallway here. Follow me down, more custom woodwork all throughout, storage rooms on either side of me, And now we have just made it into another living slash working area, very similar to the last living space that we saw. And if we go ahead and head outside of this Polo clubhouse, you can see we've made it to this private outdoor living area. You can watch games of polo from the comfort of your own clubhouse, and you can just seamlessly walk out here to your massive polo field. I mean, again, I've said it so much, but how could you even have so much land at a property? It is unlike anything we have ever seen before. 10 football fields in size, and you have this at your very own property. I mean, I'm honestly speechless. We're surrounded by just gorgeous plant life, palm trees, mountains there on my left, and then you have the ocean just down there in the distance. I mean, how is this even real? It's quite remarkable. Now we've got the main house right behind me, as you most likely know, and that concludes our tour, but we're going to stay here until nighttime, and we're gonna give you guys an amazing nighttime tour, so stick around for that. Just made it to the Bella Vista Estates at nighttime. Take a look at how beautiful this backyard looks at night. You've got the illuminated infinity edge pool, not to mention the property is just glowing right above me. What an amazing home. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe because we're touring more amazing homes every single week on the channel. Also, huge thank you to Cristal Clarke and her team for allowing us to do this tour. You can find her info below, and I'll see you in the next video.